Hello everyone, it's Semi-Retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. I got another comment on a video that I believe is probably worth talking about. The person asked, has anyone actually ever done just chicken and pork to get healthy? And I wish I had a better answer for that. I don't know. I'm asking everybody out there that's watching this to let me know, because that comment came in on my Carnivore on a Budget video. And as I have always said, in listening to others, the majority of our diet should be ruminant meat. But for some people, that's just not feasible. The one of the main examples that comes to mind for me is Dave Mack, because he lives in Japan, and the ground beef that he buys, now granted he does ground beef and eggs, I believe it's called mince over there, because it's not actually ground beef. It's a mix of ground beef and ground pork. So he's one of the examples I can think of. And I know Rick, Charger Mopar down in Miami, eats quite a bit of chicken and quite a bit of iguana, because it's cheap. I mean, he just got chicken for 99 cents a pound, but he makes what he calls heart attack chicken. And this is the main point of today's quick little video. I don't think there's anything wrong with chicken and fish, or chicken and pork, but I think to start with, when you're first getting started, I would go with just ruminant meat, even if it's just ground beef and eggs, salt and water, until you're adapted. So, for a month or so. And then you can cheapen your budget by having either some chicken or some pork, but add each one back in at a time, one at a time, so that you can tell if you're having any negative reaction. Because we all know that the cheapest pork you can find in the store and the cheapest chicken you can find in the grocery store probably not being fed the best diets. I personally have never noticed any problems with having grocery store pork and grocery store chicken. And I mean, mine's the cheapest crap you can get from Walmart. And I know some of us, that are struggling, it makes a lot of sense if you can get chicken for 99 cents a pound on sale, or pork for $1.19 a pound on sale. Because even if you live where I do, the price for a pound of ground beef stays pretty steady at right around $3. And that's the cheap stuff, not the grass-fed or any of that stuff. But once we know we're not having any reactions to it, I know this will be controversial, but I don't think there's anything wrong with eating those meats. The only thing I would say is make sure you're getting enough fat. Like with Rick, when he makes his heart attack chicken, he fries them in a great big bubbling pot of lard or tallow, whatever happens to be in his big pot at the time. And if you're frying your chicken in a great big pot of lard or tallow, that's going to up the fat content considerably. And that's the real rub against pork and chicken, is that many of the cuts are not nearly fatty enough for carnivore. So you can fry it in tallow or lard. You can cut up butter and have chunks of butter on the side, or you can cook it up with butter and then pour the butter over top of it. You know, there's a lot of ways to up fat content, and I think that is the main concern with chicken and pork. Now, some people may have reaction to whatever little bit of what they were fed gets left in their system. You know, they might have been fed corn or soy or whatever. It's hard to say. But my personal opinion is that I don't think it's significant enough to worry about. Because while it might not be ideal, as I've said many times about other foods, it's not as good as grass-fed, grass-finished beef, but it's miles ahead of anything that comes in a bag or a box or a package. So this is one of those areas where you have to do a little experimenting with yourself to see what your body will tolerate. Because I know some people that just can't eat pork or chicken because it just doesn't agree with them for whatever reason. And that's okay. But keeping the budget low is also a consideration for most of the people that watch my videos. You know, I've said it many times. If I could afford to eat like Dr. Baker, I would. Having a great big fat grass-finished steak every day, that would be awesome. But I can't afford that. And when we're on a budget, we have to make cuts where we can. So, like I said, this was just a quick video because I had that question about chicken and pork. Like I said, if you're primarily a chicken and pork person, drop down in the comments and let us know so that this person gets their answer. Because I think with the appropriate amount of good fat, you can do a carnivore diet on pork and chicken. I think it's best if you still have predominantly ruminant meat. But some people just flat out can't afford it. And while the chicken and pork might not be as good as the beef, like I said, it's still a heck of a lot better than anything else. Like I said, it was a short video today. If you want to drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob," that would be awesome. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great Sunday, everyone.